Void 3.0. It's impossible to escape. It's just too damn good. It's like an ever-present force, constantly invading the depths of your mind as you try something, anything to get away from it. But there's no escaping the call of the void. So I figured I might as well just go with it. Also, volatile rounds are kinda neat. You can also proc Devour in more ways now too, like grenade kills, or melee kills, or super kills, or with empowered rift kills, or with an orb. Wait, you can do that with any class? Who thought this was a good idea? In my opinion, the best builds always work on what I call the circle method. Yes, I know the name sucks. I'm still working on that part. What the circle method means is that all aspects of the build feed into each other, so it's able to support itself without too much effort, like in this diagram here. And how the circle method applies to this build is when you proc both the Devour and the Volatile buffs. The Volatile helps you get kills, which uses both Devour and other items that I'll go over in a little bit, to give you your nade back, which is going to reproc the Volatile rounds, and so on and so forth. So just like with any other build, I found myself at a starting point where I go, I bet I could make a build out of this. And then I did. And now we're here, questioning our life choices. Anyways, the starting point I went with was that new fragment that gives you volatile rounds on your void weapons when you get a grenade kill. And Void 3.0 gives me so many options that I can pair with that aspect that's not even funny. So naturally, because volatile is broken and Devour is also broken, in a stroke of genius, I went, yes, me smack together, yes, make big brain, yes. And of course, now that Devour is involved, you can't run it without the Echo of Persistence fragment, which increases the time from 10 seconds to 15. I also put on the Chaos Accelerant aspect because that gives me the ability to charge my grenade and then throw it to increase the effectiveness of it. And while I'm buffing my grenades, I may as well just throw in the Echo of Undermining fragment. That's basically just Oppressive Darkness. What Oppressive Darkness is, you may wonder, if you weren't there when it was a mod. It's just when I deal damage to an enemy with a Void Grenade, they become weakened. So now that my grenades could probably kill a Worm God, I need to find a way to make them more accessible, aka get them back as fast as inhumanly possible, because the more nades I have means the more volatile rounds I also get to have. So I went ahead and started off by grabbing these funny little men. And what are said funny little men, you may ask? They're called grenade kickstarts, and they're a stasis mod that can go onto your arms. Their function is to refund your grenade energy whenever you use them. And they do stack, so it'll give me roughly a third of my grenade energy back if I've got 2 of them on. Now, of course, there's still the problem of getting the rest of the nade back. So to do that, I pulled out my trusty little helmet gun combo here, which gives me grenade energy every time I get a kill. Now, how that downright magical effect is achieved is when Verity's Brow here is combined with a void weapon. So when I get a kill with that void weapon, it activates the 4th magic, which just gives the nade extra energy. But I'm not done with that yet, as I've got myself a fancy little Demolitionist Gnawing Hunger, which does stack with the 4th magic. So long story short, I get a shitload of grenade energy whenever I get a kill. Plus, I'm always going to have at least a third of my grenade back due to those grenade kickstarts. Now, I will be the first to admit the demo Gnawing Hunger is just a little bit overkill. And since Funnel Web is all the rage right now, you could effectively just run a Funnel Web and it'll still proc the Verity's Brow perk. But even though you're still getting a lot of nade energy back, you could be getting more, because we haven't even scratched the surface of the mods we're going to be using. Now, of course, the first mod is going to be Elemental Ordnance, paired with the seasonal mod that also gives you volatile rounds when you pick up a void well, and I totally haven't forgotten the name of. So when you get a grenade kill, it's going to drop that void well, and boom, you get more volatile rounds. I mainly just added this part in because I had room to spare, and it's not super necessary. But you certainly do not want to miss out on these 3 mods here. The first being Explosive Well Maker, which is going to generate a solar well whenever you kill 2 or more enemies with a grenade. But Echo, what if I can't get 2 or more kills per nade? Well, other me, that sounds like a you problem because it's a fucking grenade. Just throw it at people, for fuck's sake. Anyways, you're probably also wondering why I'm going through all that trouble of using a single mod slot to generate a solar well. Well, I'll tell ya. It's because I'm also putting on the Well of Ordnance mod, which is going to give me grenade energy back when I pick up a solar well. You see what I'm getting at here? But I'm still not done, as alongside those mods, I've equipped Bountiful Wells, which means that whenever I generate a well, it's going to drop an additional well of the same type. So with all those mods in place, I can now generate 2 void and 2 solar wells with a single grenade. It actually gives me a really good idea for another build. So to run it all back, I use my overpowered nades. The nades proc Feed the Void and Echo of Instability, which give me Devour and Volatile rounds respectively. It also uses these mods to generate both solar and void wells. The kickstarts then kick in, giving me grenade energy. And Well of Ordnance gives me even more energy back when I pick up those solar wells. And the Volatile Rounds helps me get kills, which then uses Devour and Verities to recharge my nade. And if I run out of Volatile Rounds, I can pick up those Void Wells to reproc it. And that goes all the way until I get my grenade back, which will probably take about 10 seconds max. And then I get to repeat the process over and over again until there's nothing left but a barren wasteland filled with corpses and the shattered remains of hive ghosts. And now for the final portion of the video, where I rank the build based on how far I can take it up the endgame ladder. And honestly, I put it in the high tier since it's super good for anything up to Grandmasters, where it's a little more situational on whether it's helpful. But when said situation is favorable, you'll be pulling your weight with ease. I do genuinely hope you guys will get some use out of the build, and I want to hear what kind of stuff you do with it. So let me know in the comments, along with any thoughts, suggestions, or any other kind of feedback. I'd love to hear it. And if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a pro gamer. So if you want to see more of this stuff, but live, I do have a Twitch channel. I've got a fancy schmancy schedule, along with sound alerts, points redeems, and other stupid stuff. Plus, I've got new build videos coming out every Tuesday, and occasionally more stuff in between if I feel like it. And if you also have Twitter, I'm usually saying something stupid on there as well. And all those are, of course, linked down in the description below, because I'm just that nice. So you Guardians get on out there and cause some chaos.